Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Chris. Y'all, I'm coming to y'all with a video, but let me tell y'all my frustration on this video, okay? So I recorded a video exactly like this 2.5 weeks ago, and I was supposed to upload it a week and a half ago. I didn't have enough storage. So what I did was I had to kind of finagle a lot of things in my phone, and I went to erase my phone. After I backed up everything came back except for this video. Now, because I love all 34 of my subscribers, I am going to do this video again. So if you see these makeup brushes and they look like they're used, they are, because it's from the same exact makeup look that I was supposed to give to y'all about a week and a half ago, okay? So don't be alarmed, it's the same exact makeup brushes. I'm not gonna wash them just to do it again, all right? Okay, we got that out the way. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Chris B. I am coming to you with a makeup look for your mask. So I'm going to show you something that's going to be long lasting and it's going to make sure that your makeup does not transfer. Okay, so what I want you to do is subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Be a part of the family. Make sure you like this video so it will in fact bring more people to my channel. All right, and then also make sure you turn on that notification bell so you can get wind on everything that I upload. All right, thank you guys. So let's get started. So first I'm gonna go in with my Mario spray, you know, just to kind of wake my face up a little bit.
Rise and shine.
Okay. And this right here is just gonna give me a little bit of hydration. All right. Next, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is do my eyebrows. Now, you know, normally I do my eyebrows off camera. And you guys, I wanted to take this time just to kind of, you know, chit chat with you all. I haven't done a chit chat video, so kind of want to see how that's gonna go, you know. Want to also say is what I got good out of the quarantine. What I've done well, I've been able to do things and also make sure that I start things that I haven't been able to start or I've been putting off or procrastinating about. If you see me looking at the side, this is because, like I told you, this is my second time recording this video. So I wrote down everything because the first video I was just kind of blabbing. So the first thing that that I have actually been doing with quarantine is I've been saving money a lot more now, which is a good thing. I was fortunate enough to kind of work during the pandemic. I know some people weren't, and that's definitely unfortunate. But I also want to make sure that I take my blessings where they are. So I was able to work. First half, we weren't going anywhere at all. So I was able to save some money with that. Oh, I'm going in with, sorry about that guys. I'm going in with my Anastasia Dip Brow, and this is in chocolate. And this is my Anastasia brush. The spoolie is off of it, and I got this, I think, from Target. Okay. So a few things that I've done new is, well, this is not new, but I got back into reading books. So I just finished up reading this book called The Mile High Club. It's entertaining, so so I just needed to get myself back, and I read that within like 2 days, so that was good for me. Things that, you know, I did not start prior to. I don't want to tell you exactly what those things are just yet until I actually launch them. When I launch them, then you guys will know, so that'll be something that I actually tried. Also, during the quarantine, I was able to take care of my mental health. A lot of people don't really put a lot of energy into that, I feel like, and you definitely want to make sure that it's taken care of. People do have to realize, I think I've seen a couple of posts saying if you don't come out of this quarantine with a business or money or something like that, I forgot exactly what the post is, then you were being lazy. And I don't feel like people should put that much pressure on everyone around this time. You do have to understand this is something different. None of us has went through a pandemic. So this is going to be a lot on people's mental. This is, and especially when you are faced with different things, people tend to have anxiety. So I think we need to be kind to a lot of people, and especially with a lot of people, being lost and so on and so forth. We just need to be kind. You don't have to always come out with things tangible, materialistic. If you came out with a peace of mind and you just reset your whole mental, I think that is absolutely enough. So what I did, I was able to, reflect on things that I've done, things that I didn't do, and, be kind to myself and just kind of tell myself, you know what, it's not over. As long as I'm breathing, everything's not over. You don't have to wait to do something, So yeah, that's something that I made sure I took care of. So a lot of the things, like I told you before, that I wanted to do, I started doing. Another thing as far as my mental goes, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, just in general. I've been actually watching a lot of YouTube videos on femininity. I think I told you that in one of my videos, my perfume videos. That's what made me kind of get started. And I noticed, a lot of ways that I view relationships and partnerships, I don't really like, and I did a lot of trying to unlearn certain things that I'm used to that, aren't good for me in the long haul. So I've done a lot of that too. So it was definitely a mental reset for me this quarantine. And I'm proud to say I'm loving who I'm becoming. I've always been very sure of myself, but I think now I'm actually loving who I'm becoming. And I think that's the best thing ever, So I want to make sure that, everybody, like I said, be kind to yourself always. You have to be kind to yourself. This is something different. We're never going to be, I feel like, normalized again. I think this is just how our world is going to be for a while. So be kind to you and be kind to everyone else around you. So yeah. I would say the cons of quarantine, not necessarily, well, yeah, kind of for myself too. It's just not being able to get out and doing everything that you can. I mean, now we kind of can go back to everything, but things that I normally would have done, I'm probably not going to do. I still don't think I'm gonna go out to restaurants. That's just me. I mean, I know some people do and they haven't had an issue, but I don't think I'm gonna go out to restaurants. I'm actually taking this out to my bridge of my nose right here, because typically that right here is where your eyebrow should be starting. Okay, so I'm gonna take it out that far. So I just don't feel like I'm ready for that yet, to go back to restaurants. I just recently went back to eating fast food, because at first I wasn't gonna eat fast food. So I just recently started doing that. What else have I done? I think that's it. That's recent. Oh, and I don't know if I'm gonna go out to partying that much either. I think I'm gonna wait on that. So, but it's something I don't need to do right now anyway. But yeah. And then I'm just making sure that, of course, looks soft in the front and not as harsh. Okay. And I'm almost out of this dip brow. As you can see, look, I have to get more. I may actually try the Brow Wiz. I've also been looking at other makeup tutorials and makeup videos just to kind of perfect makeup, especially eyebrow and highlighting. I mean, I already knew how to do it before, but you always want to perfect your craft. And I would say this is definitely a craft of mine. So to me, to be honest with you, I know I try to look at the goodness in this quarantine and not try to look at any bad. But like I said, a lot of people wasn't as fortunate. But I definitely wanted to make sure I took the opportunity and the time to make sure that I definitely looked at the good. All right, so I am done with that. So now I am going to go into my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in Fawn. And I'm just going to go ahead and clean up my eyebrows. Okay. I'm really excited to kind of share with you guys what I've been working on. That's coming very, very, very soon, though. Very soon. All right. And then I noticed that I have been spending money on online shopping too. I mean, I've been saving a lot, but I've also been spending money. Money that I have to spend. So I kind of drew back on that, and I've been investing my money. I'm not going to go too much into the investing part because I want to make sure that I'm doing it correctly before I kind of let you guys know how to do it, or, you know, the steps that I've taken. And then I believe I'll go ahead and do a video on that too, if you guys wanted to know. But let me make sure that I'm at where I want to be before I tell you guys what to do. All right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take my concealer, and I'm going to go ahead and do the top with it. I try when I do my eyebrows to do a concealer that is remotely close to my skin color. The reason for this, because I just feel like it makes it a lot more natural, and I'm not a fan of the halo eyebrows at all. I mean, I love natural eyebrows. I wish my eyebrows was really thick. It's not, but you know what? Guess what? I can draw it on. All right. And then I did have to go in and kind of draw that back because, you know, that one got a little lost in the sauce.
You don't got no sauce, then you're lost. But you can also get lost in the sauce.
No. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my concealer, and then just very lightly on the side, I'm just going to stroke the beginning so it looks like that it is fading. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and go in like this. Perfect. Okay. And remember, our brows are not twins. They're sisters. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just to go ahead and dry this, get this going, I'm going to just take my beauty blender and I'm just going to blend it out. Another thing too around the during the quarantine, it made me reflect on a lot of my partnership. Well, not a lot of my partnerships. I don't want y'all to think I'm just out here like that. A lot of my friendships. Quarantine wasn't the reason. It was, you know, an event that I went through that kind of made me question certain things, but quarantine made me actually take a look at friendships that I do have and see which ones are, you know, are basically expired. We don't like to always think that friends are gonna go anywhere, but it happens. Sometimes, you know, with friends, you have to, you know, put them in certain places and they can't always go to certain levels with you. I'm also going to take my e.l.f. And I got this from Walmart, I believe, for $2. And I'm going to take the brow gel and I am going to go ahead and put this in place. So a lot of friendships that I did have, I no longer have. It's definitely no bad blood between them and I. Just, you know, that's just something that is not working at the moment. Well, I say at the moment, I'll say maybe forever, who knows? I know what I want in a friend, and I'm also working on myself to be that, so I can place that out and get that back as well. So you also just don't want to rely on your friends just to be who you want them to be. You always take people for who they are, and then if they fit in your life, that's okay. I don't feel like that is using anyone. I feel as though that is just something that you need to think about when you are placing people in your life, especially when you get older. All right, so I'm done with my eyebrows. So the next one I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take my face primer, which is the Becca. Remember, we want to basically go ahead and make this a matte makeup look. And my Becca is Ever Matte Poreless Priming Protector. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. I like to put this on the back of my hand first. And I normally take this much. And then what I'm going to do is I like to take my ring finger, and then I'm just going to go ahead and place this all over the face. And I am going to gently rub it in. And what this is going to do is this is going to make sure that my makeup lasts a very long time. I literally wear this if I'm going out at night, because I tend to get oily when I do wear my makeup for long periods of time. And then I'm gonna put some more of that on, and I feel like you can never have too much. All right. So you do see that it is dry and white, which is fine. I'm going to take my concealer and Pro LA Girl, and it's going to be Warm Honey, and I'm going to go ahead and place that all over my lid. Okay. What we want to do with this is we want to definitely make sure that we play up the eyes more so anything, because remember, with the mask, you are going to show your eyes more so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my beauty blender and I'm gonna blend it out. So yes, everyone, I definitely do encourage everyone to take a look at their circle, make sure that those people are serving you a purpose, and then make sure that you're also serving them a purpose in their life as well. It should be a two-way streak. It never should be one-sided. All right. And that's all I have on toxic friends. If you want more in depth with a certain situation, let me know in the comment section. I'll do a story time. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take my Morphe palette, and this is in the Boss Mode 350M. Go ahead and take the three colors, Fired Up, Bright Eyes, and Red Carpet, okay? And then I am going to take my fluffy brush, and this is the Pro Tapered Crease Brush, and it's from Sephora. And I'm gonna go into that Fired Up, and I wanna put that inside of my crease here. What I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and go in. I'm gonna go in my crease, and I'm gonna go a little bit above it. This is gonna act as a transitioning color. And then what you can also do, I feel like makeup is also your own. So just kind of keep going into it until you get the right payoff that you want. And y'all don't be talking about my white cast on my face, because once I put it on, this makeup ain't gonna move. And what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna also take this out a little bit. So kind of to the end of my eyebrow. Just kind of get that to what your liking is. If you like it deep, cool. If you don't, you want something maybe a little bit more subtle, then don't go too much into it, okay? All right, so next what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go into another fluffy brush, but it's gonna be just a little bit smaller than the one that I just had. And I'm gonna go into that color Red Carpet. And then what I'm gonna do with Red Carpet is I'm gonna put this a little below my crease, not a little below, in my crease and a little below the brow bone. And then what you wanna do is you wanna first kind of pat that on because this is the color payoff. And then if you see, I don't know if you noticed, I'm holding this in the middle because I want a little bit more color. When you are doing your crease brushes, you want to try to hold this toward the end. I forgot to tell you guys that. So hold this in the middle so you're getting more color payoff. And then just tap it on first and then kind of now sweep it. So tap and sweep, tap and sweep, tap and sweep. Okay? And then you want to do this until you have come to the deepness of what you actually like. Okay? So always tap, sweep. I also kind of want to get into more makeup, like different type of makeup. I've been kind of using these type of brands that you see me using for a while now. I kind of get the same brands because I know what works for me. But I kind of want to go ahead and, you know, kind of switch it up and see what else out there works. So I'm going to go ahead and get some more makeup and I will kind of take you guys on that journey with me so you can see what I get. And then of course I'll do a makeup look for that. And if you guys want to see any other makeup looks or anything from me, just let me know below in the comment section. Did y'all like this video? Okay, all right, make sure you like this video. And yeah, so this is about what I want it to be. So I'm going to kind of stop here. What I'm going to do also is I'm going to go back into that fired up color and I'm just going to go ahead and go back and then just make it a little bit deeper because if you notice the Red Carpet is now kind of taking over the lid. So I'm just going to go back and then just kind of sweep it above that just so you can go ahead and you can soften up the lines as well. And I think that's perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to go and do, these are basically where I want them to be. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go back into my LA Girl Pro Concealer and Warm Honey, and I'm going to cut my crease. Take this, and I'm just going to cut the crease halfway. I'm not going to cut it all the way. And I like to have my eye kind of closed. So like right about there is perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my Beauty Blender and I'm just going to clean up the edges of that cut crease. So just like this. And then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pat the rest of it. And what you want to do is when you do this with the Beauty Blender, you want to be gentle because you don't want to rub the concealer completely off. So you just want to be gentle so it adheres to your lid so you can put the other shadow on top. Okay, and as you can see, I kind of got some up here. That's okay, that's not an issue. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is I can take my cut crease up just a little tad bit higher. And if you don't want it that high, you can always just go back into your two colors and then you can go ahead and even them out. But I actually like it to be that way because it looks gradient. But if you don't and you just want it on the lid, like I said, go back into your two brushes with your two colors and then just go ahead and blend right out on top of it, okay? So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and go into that color, Bright Eyes, and I'm gonna use a flat brush. This is my BB brush in 16, but you can use any type of long flat brush. I like the long flat brush better. You can use a flat brush if you want. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna take my Mario spray and I'm gonna spray it, because if you notice, that color was more glitter. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. And then if you see, look at the color payoff. All right. What I'm doing is I'm gonna hold my brush up to almost to the top. And that's because I want a lot of color on it. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and pat it. And then if you have to get more, get more. Okay, and then what I'm gonna now do is I'm gonna go back into my smaller blending brush and I'm gonna go back into Red Carpet and I'm just gonna go ahead and put the color back a little bit because it got a little bit lost. And what I'm gonna do is was on my outer corner, and then I am going to go ahead and sweep it inward. So I'm putting it on my outer and sweep it inward. Remember, always pat a dark color and then sweep. Pat and then sweep. When you pat it, it's going to take off some of the color, which you want, because you don't want a really deep crease shade. Sometimes it doesn't look good. You want to make sure it's easily distributed. Into the fluffy brush, and I'm going to go back into Fire It Up, and then I'm just going to bring everything together. And then remember, I'm taking Fire It Up all the way out to the brow bone. Okay. We're done the eyes. We're going to go ahead and move on to the face. So I've already done the primer. What I'm going to now go ahead and do is go into my Midnight Topaz powder. This is going to make sure that I get a more mattifying look than I already have with the primer, okay? So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'll put a little bit of this on the top, and I've already put a little bit on my brush. And so I'm just going to go ahead and pat. And this is like a translucent shade, so I know it looks crazy with me putting it on like this. But when I sweep it off, you'll see that it blends in. Okay. And I think this is good. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is just knock off the excess and then just sweep it. Okay, so I know everybody, I look really crazy right now, but it's all going to come together, I promise you. All right, so I just kind of wanted to go ahead and take the minute to do that, and let's get back to our little chit chat. All right. Also, what I have been doing too is, if you've seen, I've been really researching certain nail companies. In the beginning, I would just kind of go to Walmart or Target or the hair store and get press-on nails. But then I kind of ventured out, and that was my first time actually going ahead and doing that. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do while I'm talking is I'm going to go in with my matte poreless makeup, and this is in 355, okay? And then I like to put this on the back of my hand, and then I like to do my beauty blend. Let me wet this beauty blender. I'll be right back. I'm back. So I got my my beauty blender soaked. Okay, so I was trying to be lazy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in, put this on the back of my hand like I normally do, and I am going to put it all over my face. So what I did was I first just tried the Nailist. The Nailist, great customer service. They were running a special. If you spent a certain amount, you get free shipping. When I did it, unfortunately, I didn't put in the code that they were supposed to have, and I just thought that it would automatically take off. And then I reached out to her by email, just letting her know, hey, I spent over a certain amount and I didn't get free shipping. And now it had already shipped. Would I be able to get refunded? And she's like, yeah, sure. Just make sure that you do it next time. Great customer service. So remember, I have so many other ones that I can't wait to try on. Make sure that when you are doing the foundation, you get all in down in your neck. Make sure that you get over here around the nose. So I'm very excited to kind of try other companies too, but I would definitely order from the Nailist again. And if you go to my other video, it'll be here. You can get the link to the Nailist. Okay, so I am done with my foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the highlighting aspect. So when I do the highlighting, I actually like to go in with a cream highlighter. I just think that it is a lot better and it doesn't move as much or as easy. Not saying that the other ones move. I just think that I've had a good payoff with this one specifically. Okay. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is, sometimes I like using my hand, and then other times I'm okay with using a brush. I'm gonna go ahead and use this brush right here, and then I'm gonna go into, this is the MAC NC42 Studio Finished. Okay. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to take and I'm going to do a line here, and then also go into my side of my nose, and then I'm going to do a line here. Okay. And then I'm going to do one sweep right under, and then the rest I am going to go ahead and go into my beauty blender. When you're working with a cream contour, please make sure that you work with one eye than the other, because this is very drying and it will dry easily. So you do not need to leave this on and make sure that it dries like you will liquid concealer. So just go in with one eye and do the one eye first. Okay. And a little goes a long way with the cream contour. I know with cream contour it can be a bit scary if you haven't worked with it. This is the first concealer that I ever actually bought, was cream concealer, so I kind of know how to work with it. So you do want to kind of work fast. You don't have to, be Speedy Gonzalez, but you do want to work fast with it.
Dios gatos. Yeah!
Okay. Okay, so if you see, my eyes are brightened. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, for the rest of my highlight, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my LA Pro Concealer in Warm Honey. What I'm gonna normally do is with this is I'm not going to go in at the bottom like I normally do. It makes no sense because you're gonna be covering it with a mask. So I'm just gonna go in to contour with highlight with my nose here, like this, and then I'm just gonna do a little bit here. Now, I don't do a big one for my forehead because I have a big forehead and I don't wanna highlight my forehead as much, so that's why I don't. And then I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and then just go in like this. So that is done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my contouring, and then with my contouring I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia, and this is the foundation stick, and it is in ebony. Okay, I haven't tried the press-on toenails yet from the different companies. I always kind of get my press-on toenails from like Walmart or Target or something like that, or Sally's. But I'm ready to try that as well. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna do like a crescent moon like this. I'm going to go ahead and do that right above here, right above here. And let me get my little crescent, okay? And then I am going to take right here, and just do the nose area, bring this down. All right, and that's really it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my brush. So this is one of my BB brushes, and it's like an angled brush. I'm gonna go in with that brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and wipe the contour out. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold it down like a 3. So it's like this, and then this. And then now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna take my beauty blender, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my nose. And then I'm gonna take the back of my beauty blender, and I'm gonna go over my forehead just to kind of seamlessly go ahead and do the harsh lines of that contour, because we don't want it to be harsh. So I'm just going in and I'm just cleaning up, and I'm gonna also do that with my contour on my cheek as well. Okay, and then I'm gonna do it at the bottom. Okay, so now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, because I used a sorry, I'm always looking in here. Look at you. Because I did a cream highlight, I am not going to bake under my eye under no circumstances. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly dust the Laura Mercier on my under eye. And when I say lightly, I mean completely lightly dust it. So I'm just going to use one of these little angle brush. I'm going to tap, and then I'm going to lightly just dust. So pat it, lightly dust. That's it. Like I said before, the cream highlighter, oh my gosh. The cream highlighter can be very drying. And when you're putting on powder underneath of your eye, remember you're doing that so it won't crease, and your powder is also drying. Yes, we want this to be a matte makeup look, but we don't want you to look like a whole dry well, okay? So we're just gonna do it like that, and that's basically it, okay? Now I am gonna go ahead and set my forehead, and I'm gonna go ahead and set right here as well. And I'm gonna leave that on just for a little bit. I'm also gonna take my beauty blender, and I'm gonna go and clean up my contour here. So just like that. Just like that. I can leave that on for a little bit. All right, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go back into my eye area, and I'm going to take that red carpet. I love the way that sounds. I'm going to go back into red carpet, and I'm going to take that and put that under my eye. What I'm now using is going to be the BB, and this is a really angled, sharp brush. And I'm going to go ahead under my eye and then do like a little reverse wing. Okay? Period.
Period.
That look real cute. That look real cute. That look real cute. Okay. All right. So what I'm now gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to use my Kat Von D, and this is the tattoo liner, and this is in Trooper Black, and I'm gonna give myself a line at the top. Now, you ain't gotta do this if you don't want to. I just want to do this because it gives it a little bit of a dramatic effect. So, you know, you do what you want.
I can do that if I want to because that's my business.
You ain't gotta follow me all the time. All right, just like that. I don't want to do no wing. I don't want to do all that. We already did a wing right here. That's it. That's all we need. That's it. Okay. Oh my goodness, I got this all on my shirt, y'all. All right, it's okay. Cause this is my makeup shirt, so it's okay. All right, so next one I'm gonna go ahead to do my eyelashes, but I am going to do those off camera. Eyelashes for me just takes a little bit of time. So if you want a tutorial on eyelashes alone, leave a comment below and I can tell you how to do that. But I'm pretty sure it's a lot of YouTube videos online to show you how to do eyelashes. So I'm gonna do these off camera. On my eyelashes, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you the eyelashes, but these are called the Full Stack Extra Volume eyelashes. I got these from Walmart. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and wipe all of this off of my face. I'm gonna take my MAC Studio Finish. This is gonna be an NC45, and this is basically a pressed powder. And I'm gonna basically go ahead and put that all over my face, okay? So let me first wipe this off with this brush. Just like this. And then the nose. Okay. And then I am going to go in with a fluffier brush, and this is BB number 2. And I'm just gonna whirl this around, and very lightly, I'm just gonna twirl it in a circular motion. So just like this. And now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go in with my Ultra Contour Kit. And I am going to use the color bronzer, and what I'm just going to do is just go ahead and outline the bottom half and then take that down. Okay. All right, so I am done with that. So I'm basically done with my face. I'm going to first go ahead and spray the NYX mattifying all over my face. And I'm gonna do this prior to me going in with any type of blush or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this all over my face. Okay. And then I'm gonna go into my L'Oreal Infallible, and I'm gonna go ahead and place that all over my face as well. And then just go over it like this. Use the Maybelline blush, and this is going to be in the color, I don't see the color, Coral Burst. And then I am going to take this and use this on my cheeks. Now, I know what you're thinking, orange blush? Trust me, if you actually place it on correctly, it will come out beautiful, beautiful, okay? So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna use my Real Techniques brush. When you're doing any color blush, very gently, you're gonna take it, whirl it around like this, okay? Go ahead and tap off any excess. You're going to do it with a very light hand. This is the key. Be very gentle and light with the blush when you are using colored blush. Very gently, you're gonna start from the back and you're just gonna whirl it a little bit to the front, okay? That is the trick in doing colored blush, okay? So let's start from the back. Very lightly, and then come up to the front. Start from the back, come up to the front. I don't like to smile when I'm doing colored blush because I need to know where I'm going to place it. Because if you smile, look at the placement, okay? So I like to actually just keep a straight face so I know where the placement is. And then if you need to go in some more, you can start from the back, very lightly. Go in very lightly. I think that's enough, okay? And the art of the colored blush, a little goes a long way. So please be very gentle when you're putting on colored blush. You don't need that much. If you see, that's all I placed on, okay? And then in the event that you place on too much, all you gotta do is just kind of whirl this around in your hand to get the excess off, and then do it like that, okay? All right, so for the lips, normally a lot of people use gloss. I'm not gonna use gloss. If the gloss touches the inside of my mask and it gets on my mask, I'm going to be furious. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to actually use a matte lipstick. All right, so first I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with this NYX, and this is in dark brown. Okay. And then I'm just going to make sure that I very gently smooth it out. All right, so I'm going to do that, and then what I am going to do is I'm going to take the MAC and the Aaliyah collab, and I'm going to go in with Try Again, and this is a matte, and then it looks like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this on my lips. Just like that. And then the last thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is go in with my voluminous false fiber lashes, and this is my mascara, and I'm going to go ahead and put mascara on my top and also my bottom lashes. And all I kind of do is I just take it and I just kind of flip it up a little bit. I don't go through the whole lash because I like to reuse my lashes. So I'm just going at the very root and going up that way, okay? And I like to do 2 coats just to make sure it gives me that small spidey effect. Okay, like that. All right, now for me, this I would wear out during the day. It's totally up to you. If you feel like this is a little too much, all you have to do is just make sure that you downplay the rest of the makeup. All right, and this is the final look. Now, if you want to do, I feel like it doesn't make any sense to do a no makeup look when you have your mask on. Nobody's really going to see it. So you want to be dramatic as possible, but be a little bit subtle, and I think this is dramatic and subtle, and I think that this gives you more of a sun-kissed sunset type feel. So of course we did this for the mask. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I have this white mask so we can make sure that it doesn't transfer, okay? So I'm going to make sure that I do it, well actually it's supposed to be on the side. I normally wear a black mask. So let me go ahead and place this on. Okay. Voila. So let me go ahead and take it off. There you go. So thank you everybody for watching this video, this makeup masked tutorial. You do the steps that I've actually done in a video, make sure you tag me, let me know so I can kind of see your videos and support also. Make sure if you haven't done so, you subscribe, make sure that you like, and make sure that you comment on the video below, okay? Thank you so much.